Hi guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. This is the Devops mock interview day 147. We already completed 146 mock interviews. If you are watching this video for the first time in the YouTube, if you are looking for all mock interviews, go to playlist section. There you can find all mock interviews, 146 mock interviews. So watch all mock interviews. This will help you to get a job in DevOps. And if you don't know about DevOps, if you are newly looking for right DevOps training, right, don't miss the opportunity. I will provide a DevOps real-time training from morning 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Indian time. So daily you will be having classes on DevOps. So the class timings will be, as I mentioned, it will be 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. It will be from Monday to Friday. Saturday and Sunday you will be having a gap, right? During the Saturday and Sunday you can practice and you can connect with me for your doubts. Okay. So if you are looking for training right now, 50% offer is going on in DevOps. So if you enroll right away, you will get a 50% discount. Don't miss this chance. Immediately ping me in WhatsApp. So my WhatsApp mobile number was 8500 411 773. Okay. You can save my mobile number as a DevOps CG. Okay. In future, if you are looking for DevOps training, you can right get it right. So even if you are not planning right now, in future if you are planning, so ping, right, just save it. In future if you want, definitely you can reach out to me. And one more thing, if you are yeah, if you right, if you are interested, if it is helping for you, please like this video, so that right, I will get motivation to upload more mock interviews like this. Okay, because I need to request my candidates, my students to join this mock interviews, right? Then only they are joining this mock interviews. Okay, if you are not giving that motivation by giving likes and share to this video, okay, so it will help me, that's it. And you can join my WhatsApp and Telegram group as well. In the description you can find the links. Okay, join there, you will get the updates of DevOps. Okay, and in upcoming days, if I start any new batches, and if I'm planning any free batches, so you will get updated. So do join my WhatsApp group for every updates related to DevOps. Let's wait for a few minutes. My students will join, then the mock interview will going to start. Yeah, hi JSPR, thank you so much for joining. Can you please introduce yourself? Am I audible?
Hello. Yes.
Yes, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi. My name is Madhvir. So I have overall 5 years of experience. So in IT industry. So I worked with Linux administrator. So in Linux, I worked in installation and configuration of web applications like Apache and Nginx, Apache Tomcat. So to support dev and test environment team. So for this, so I worked with like automation. I worked with Ansible, Docker, and Kubernetes. So for Ansible, for configuration management, so a number of servers. So we configured like same repeated tasks. We use Ansible for build technologies. We use Docker for build the packages of applications, and we deploy this Docker. We use to integrate in Jenkins CI, and we deployed these application in Kubernetes for orchestration of clustering. And I have experience with cloud also. In cloud, I worked with AWS. So in AWS, I worked with EC2, application load balancer, VPC, creation of VPC. Yes, Pawan, that's it.
I've
Thank you.
asked you to share your details, right, to work on the script. We have seen the message, you reacted. Okay, you can clearly see, just watch this
Okay.
recording, right? Once, right, I updated this. You can clearly see like how you are performing.
Yeah. And
Yeah, frankly speaking, it was a worst introduction.
okay. Yeah, I know. So I'm not prepared.
Yeah, if you are not preparing, then no use of joining this mock interviews.
Sure. Next time I will definitely do.
Okay. Yeah, please, whatever the time you are investing, don't waste because you will get
In
limited
WhatsApp,
time.
I shared. Yeah. Actually, I shared my details in WhatsApp. That resume. Can you send me that script? I will work on it.
Okay, what I will do with your resume? If I want to work on your introduction script, that resume is enough for me. I have asked you to share you some details.
Like which details you mean?
Did I given you or not? See your WhatsApp, you reacted to my message. What the question mark I have given? You need to fill that question mark.
Okay, okay. Sure, sure. I will update. I will send you the.
Okay. So Anu has already shared me the details. I'm working on the Anu script. So I will share you right in by end of the day, Anu.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. So you have
Yeah,
mentioned
I have one request. Can I tell you now?
yes,
Like in Git, you have shared the mock question and answer, right? For
yes,
remaining as well, can you please update? It will help.
yes, definitely. I'm working on that. I will update.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, coming to the tools you have mentioned, Git, Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins. What about Terraform? You don't know about Terraform?
Yes, yes, I know. I forgot to mention. I worked on Terraform.
Yeah. If you don't mention clearly, then how I will work on your script? Then Terraform will
Yeah,
be
yeah,
missed, right?
I will update. Yeah, yeah, I will check once and I will update.
Yeah. So when you are sharing, right, I will work on the script. So I cannot able to send again.
Yeah, yeah,
So
right,
yeah,
right.
just check out
Update.
whatever you know, send it.
Yeah, sure, sure. Today, once this meeting done, I will update within 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay. So yeah, hi Surya. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, Pawan. Yeah, thank you for giving this opportunity. I have over 5 years of experience in IT industry. I began my career as a Linux administrator and gradually transited into the DevOps role, driven by my strong interest in automation and evolving business needs. I have worked extensively with DevOps tools and practices, including Jenkins for CI/CD, Docker, Kubernetes for containerization and orchestration, and AWS cloud services such as EC2, S3, RDS, IAM, and VPC as well. So I have also used Terraform as a infrastructure as a code, and Ansible for configuration management, and shell scripting as a automate repetitive tasks. My core strengths lie in the streamlining deployments, building scalable cloud native infrastructure, and ensuring the system reliability and availability. I'm passionate about cloud automation and committed to applying DevOps best practices to solve the real world infrastructure challenges. I look forward to contribute to engineering team and learning more from this opportunity. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, everything is perfect, but there is a little bit lag. So please work on that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Let's start the mock interview. I will share my screen. Okay, can you able to see my screen?
Yes, Pawan.
Okay. So today's mock interview was majorly focused on Kubernetes. Okay. Please utilize this mock interview in this nearly 5 questions, right? Recently, right, one of my student get right. He has asked. The interview was normal. Okay, not at all critical. Okay, they have asked him the basic questions, but he is not able to answer. So today also I'm planning this basic one so that you will also get confidence to answer the questions. So please utilize, don't sit idle because today is not complicated. Okay, Yes or no? What is Kubernetes? Why is it used?
So Kubernetes is a Kubernetes is a orchestration tool where we can manage deploy the applications.
Okay. Yes, Surya. So what is Kubernetes? Why is it used?
Okay. Basically, Kubernetes is an open source containerization orchestration platform that automates deployment, scaling, and management of the container applications which we will use. So basically, Docker cannot be get rollback, where the Kubernetes can be able to get rollback to the previous version as well. And also here, uh, it has a management to maintain the containers in the cluster level.
Okay. Yeah, Kubernetes is an open source orchestration platform where we can able to manage our application as a containers. So Kubernetes can manage
Correct.
thousands of containers. So we can use any technology of containers, not only Docker. Kubernetes support multiple right container technologies. We can able to auto scale our application. We can roll back to previous versions, and there are many advantages if we use Kubernetes.
And provide the security as well.
Definitely, like this, if you can able to tell them right, it is most like it will be very helpful,
Yes.
sweet and short. Okay, shall we move to next question? What are the main components of Kubernetes cluster? What are the main components of Kubernetes cluster? Yes, let's give a chance to Surya, then after Anu.
Yeah, Kubernetes cluster contains mainly two components. First is a master node and a worker node. In the master node contains API server, etcd, control manager, and scheduler. While comes to the worker node, that we have a kubelet, kube proxy, and containers image or containerization platform will be there. So this is the core components. So it will be interacted with the uh, kubectl, which is acts as a command line interface.
Okay, thank you so much, Surya. Anu, it's your
Yeah.
chance.
So yeah, there is two node. One is master and one is client node. In master node, there is four component. One is etcd. Next one is a kube API server. Third one is kube scheduler. Fourth one is kube controller. So role of kube API server is like uh, this is the front end of Kubernetes control plane, and it will expose the Kubernetes API, which is primary interface for user. Etcd is like it is like database. It will store all the details about the pod, like clusters. So kube scheduler is responsibility to manage the newly created pod, and kube control manager is used to manage the desired state versus the actual state. And in client node, like some component is there. One is kubelet, second one is kube proxy, and third one is container engine. So the role of kubelet is it's like a agent which run on every cluster on the node. 1 minute, I'm in meeting.
Okay.
And kube proxy is responsible to assign the IP address, and control manager is used to manage the Docker container images.
Okay, thank you so much, Anu. Like in the same question, right? If the interviewer asked me like how I will going to deliver, so in the Kubernetes, the components are there are we have two. One is master, and other one was node. Coming to master, we will be having API server, scheduler, controller manager, and etcd. So these are the four components which we have in the master part. Coming to node, we will be having kubelet, kubeproxy, and container runtime. So if I elaborate about the components which we have in the master and node. Coming to master, we have a kube API server. So API server is the front end for the Kubernetes cluster, which manages communication entire the Kubernetes cluster. So coming, as Surya has mentioned, right, via kubectl we will communicate with Kubernetes cluster. So via kubectl we will execute the commands. That command request will convert it into a, right, as a API, and the request will go to the where API server. Okay, scheduler will schedule the tasks whichever we get in the Kubernetes cluster. Okay, controller manager will act as a manager. Okay, will manage everything. Okay, if you are not working, what manager will do? Okay, manager will right, give you a warning and make it workable. So in the same way here, controller manager also, if some parts are not working, so it will manager, control manager will manage it and it will make it running. Okay, etcd, yeah, whatever you do, everything will be stored, some information, right? That information will be stored in etcd. Etcd will act as a key value database. Okay, coming to node, we will be having kubelet. So kubelet is the main component which will get the tasks from the, right, API server. So I've told you, right, scheduler will schedule the, right, the scheduler will schedule the, right, task. The task will be performed by kubelet itself. So kubelet only will create the containers. Okay, container runtime is there, where our containers will be running under the container runtime. So here, as I mentioned, right, Kubernetes support multiple Docker technologies, container technologies. We can use Rocket, Docker. So under this container runtime you can run. And one more thing, kubelet, yeah, kube proxy. So how your container will get an IP address? Okay, how container will get a networking? Everything will be managed by kube proxy. Only kube proxy will assign IP addresses. Okay, everything. So nothing but across the nodes, the networking part will be managed by kube proxy. Got it? If you can able to explain like this, right, in the interview, obviously they will impress or not. I'm not wasting your time, right? Okay. What is a pod in Kubernetes? I didn't even prepare, frankly speaking. I just collected the questions. I'm asking you directly. What is a pod in Kubernetes? Anu. Yes,
Yeah,
Anu.
pod is the smallest unit in Kubernetes. Like it contains one or more container.
Yeah. Straightforward answer. Frankly speaking, straightforward answer will not going to help you to get a job. So DevOps is not right. Question and answers. Surya, do you want to answer? What is a pod
Yes,
in
yes.
Kubernetes? Yeah.
Yeah, pod is a smallest unit in the Kubernetes, which it contains. It can handle one or more containers, but the practical version we can maintain only one container in one pod in a real time. Along with it, the container with carries with the volume as well in the pod. So each pod can contain, yeah, will carry one IP address to communicate with the service with the load balancer level as well. So this is the function the pod will do to maintain the application level to up and running the application.
So Anu, you got it.
Yes.
So yeah, what is a pod? Yes, pod is a smallest unit in the Kubernetes. So what inside pod you will be having? Inside the pod we will run the containers. So as Surya mentioned, we can run multiple containers, but Kubernetes is recommended to use only single container for a single pod. Why? Because you will get a IP address for a at the pod level, not the container level. If you are running two containers, the two containers will be having the only single IP address. So the best practice will be use only one container for one pod. Okay, you are telling this container. So what will be having in the inside the container? Inside the container, you will be having your application. Okay, you can host your application inside this container. So if you tell like this, then only, right, opposite person will get impressed. Yeah, Kubernetes. What is pod? Yeah, pod is right, smallest unit in the Kubernetes. Over. You need to prove yourself. in the interview, if they are asking you something, okay, if you need to answer in such a way and you need to prove yourself that I'm expert in that, straightforward answer will not able to help you to get a job. It's up to you. So what is a deployment in Kubernetes? If you want to answer, raise your hand. What is a deployment in Kubernetes? Without, if you don't know this, yes, Surya. What is a deployment in Kubernetes? You are on mute, Surya.
Sorry. Uh, Deployment is nothing but it has to upgrade the current version uh, which is presently over there. Need to add some more functionality to the present application, and as well as it is a stateless where it will upgrade to the every pod with a recent code.
Okay. Yeah, now you are. I'm getting background noise from your side.
Okay.
Yeah, noise cancellation will not working perfectly.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Surya. But yeah, I'm not at all impressed with your answer. Frankly speaking, if I tell you that you are super, it will not going to help you. I need to be right frank. Then only right you will
Okay.
upskill. You need to speak it
Oh,
confidently. If not, right, it will be very difficult.
sure, Pawan.
Yes, Anu. What is deployment in Kubernetes?
Yeah, deployment means like where we can upgrade our pods and replica set, where we can upscale our applications.
Surya, you can mute yourself. Yeah, as I mentioned, Anu, your straightforward answer will never help you to get a job. So deployment, what is deployment in Kubernetes? Deployment is an object. So deployment is an object in Kubernetes. Inside the deployment, we can able to run our application as a container, as a pod. Inside the pod, your container will be running. Okay. So deployment will manage a number of pods. We can have a replicas of pods keep on running. And deployment, inside the deployment we will be having replica set. Inside the replica set we will be having pods. Replica set will manage the pods. So the main feature of deployment was we can able to roll back to previous version. If we upgrade the version, right, if the version is not working perfectly, we can roll back to previous version. So that is the part which deployment supports. So even if one pod was deleted automatically, deployment will create a new pod, and you can able to scale your application. Auto scaling will be enabled. Okay. So like this, you need to tell. So you need to go in, right, whatever you know, you need to elaborate and need to tell in the interview. So do you know the difference between a replica set and a deployment? Anu, do you want to answer? If you are not, if you don't want to answer, you can raise your hand. Unraise your hand. What is the difference between a replica set and a deployment?
Yes, I know.
Yeah, what is the difference between replica set and deployment? In the interview also, yes, I know. That's it. You will tell. That's it. That is the answer.
No, 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 no. Actually, I'm recalling it.
No issue. Surya, go ahead. Difference between replica set and deployment.
Yes, Pawan. Replica set that ensures specified number of identical parts that are running at any given time. So that will be a standard parts need to be get run. So while comes to the deployment, it's a high level abstraction that manages replica sets and provide rolling updates and rollbacks.
Okay, how do you roll back to a previous version in deployment?
We can use the command called kubectl rollout undo command, which will roll back to the previous version.
Okay. So how does
If you use
Kubernetes handle scaling?
the Kubernetes handles scaling by using horizontal pod auto scaling. The commands which you use is kubectl hpa. Along with it, we can mention the desired minimum and maximum states of pods, which will be mentioned, and as well as the CPU utilization, which required to maintain which for threshold. For example, if it is reaches to a particular threshold, then uh, it will reaches the auto scale automatically. Uh, Automatically when it reaches.
Okay. What is a service in Kubernetes? Why is it needed? What is a service in Kubernetes and why is it needed? Yes, Surya. What is a service
Service
in Kubernetes?
service is in Kubernetes that used to maintain allows the network from the ingress or load balancer from the external to and uh, maintain communication to the pod level. And there are four types of services are there: cluster IP, node port, and load balancer, and external name. So in a real time, we'll mostly use cluster IP and load balancer.
The main purpose of service was to expose the application to the outside
Expose
world.
application outside world.
You
Yes,
need to
correct.
mention this point, not
Yeah,
communication.
maintain the communication. Communication also same thing, right?
No, like what is the purpose of service? You can Google it.
Okay.
What are the primary source of service?
Yeah, communication and establish the internet also same thing, right? With communication and internet, both are comes into the same
Let
category of
let
using
me
words.
Google in front of you. If you argue, right, you will not get anything.
Okay.
Right, sometimes I might be rude. Sorry for that. See, this is the official documentation from Kubernetes. And Kubernetes service is a method of for exposing a application that is running as one or more pods in your cluster. Officially, Kubernetes itself is telling the purpose of service was to expose the application. So, what is the role of service in Kubernetes? Service will send the traffic via labels to the pod, but the main purpose of service was to expose the application. Yes, if in order to expose the application, it should maintain the communication. But the purpose, what is the service? You need to answer it, right?
Okay.
Yeah. In order to expose the application, right, it will communicate. If there is no
Okay. Okay.
purpose of exposing, there is no point of communication.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
What is a config map and secret in Kubernetes?
Config map and secrets uh, used to handle the sensitive information. Both will, but config map we not used practically to maintain the high sensitive information in it. Let's say in secrets we will maintain the secrets like DB passwords, API tokens, etc. We will maintain over there. But in config maps we will maintain only non-sensitive kind of information we will maintain. That's it now, as far as I know.
How do you expose your deployment to the outside world? How do you
Expose
expose it?
deployment.
Yes.
So we will use we need to write a deployment manifest file. In that deployment manifest file, we need to mention a label. Under the in that label, we need to match with the service manifest file. We need to maintain over there, mention the selector. So the labels and selector need to be get matched, and as well as the service need to be maintain the communication to outward world with use of ingress or load balancer. uh, that is also one of the manifest files we need to mention over there. So this how the internet will flow will be happen.
How do you debug a failed pod?
We will use the command called kubectl describe with the pod name, so that we will get the logs of the pod which is uh, a failed one. If it is any crash loop back off or image error or anything, so entire the logs will be displayed over there. According to the logs, we will troubleshoot to maintain to get it back into the track.
Okay. Shall we check the answers?
Sure, Pawan.
What is Kubernetes and why is it used? So Kubernetes is an open source container orchestration platform that automates deployment, scaling, load balancing, and management of containerized application. It is used to run application across clusters for high availability, auto scale workloads based on demand, provide self healing, like nothing but restart failed pods automatically. Yes or no? Using liveness probe, will it done or not? So these are the features available in
Correct.
Kubernetes. I will update this right in the GitHub. So just go through it in the next interview if they ask. If you explain this right, definitely it will going to help you. And one more thing, Surya, you have asked regarding Helm. Definitely in the next mock interview, I will involve Helm charts. What are the main components of a Kubernetes cluster? So we will be having control plane, that is master, and the worker node. So in the control plane, API server manage cluster communication, etcd stores cluster state, scheduler assign pods to nodes, control manager ensures desired state, kubelet manages pod on the node, kubeproxy handles networking and load balancing, container runtime docker by container. What is a pod in Kubernetes? A pod is a smallest deployable unit in Kubernetes. It contains one or more containers that share the same network and storage space. Pods are ephemeral and usually managed by higher level controllers like deployments. What is deployment in Kubernetes? Deployment is a controller that manages replica sets, ensures desired number of pods, enable rolling update and rollbacks. If you want to create, kubeset will create deployment image name. What is the difference between replica set and deployment? Replica set ensures a specific number of identical pods are running. Deployment manages replica set, adds features like rolling update and rollbacks. How does Kubernetes handle scaling? So you can scale using manually kubectl scale deployment. Replica is equal to 5. If you want to do it automatically, you can use HP and nothing but horizontal pod autoscaler. Like this, you can able to kept a CPU percentage limit, minimum and maximum. Okay, depending upon the CPU metrics, it will increase, right? It will scale. What is a service in Kubernetes and why is it needed? Service exposes pods internally or externally and provides a stable DNS name, load balancing across pod replicas. So types are cluster IP, internal only, node port, external access, load balancer, and external name. So what is a config map and secret in Kubernetes? Config map stores non-sensitive configuration data, example app settings. Secret stores sensitive data like password, certificates. Both can be mounted as environmental variable, right? Config map and secret both are mounted as a environmental variable or a volumes inside the pod. How do you expose a deployment to the outside world? So use a service of type node port or load balancer, or use an ingress with a controller. So kubectl expose, if you want to do it via command, you can kubectl expose deployment name type port. So how do you debug a failed pod? So check the pod status, kubectl get pods, describe it for the events. You can check the logs as well. If you want to write in-depth more writers, you can log in inside the pod. Okay. So that's it for today's mock interview. If anyone watching this video on YouTube, please like this video. And yeah, if you are looking for live classes in DevOps, you can ping me on WhatsApp. That's it for today. I'm stopping the record.